All right, guys, welcome. We're going to talk today about your communication. You guys are all trying to say something, excuse me. You guys are all trying to say the same thing, and it's fascinating and it's beautiful. And I hear you. I'm having a little bit of a gap in getting this information to you. It's a whole long story. However, we're going to fix this thing, guys. Have hope. We're going to fix this thing. Going back to the original recipe resets everything. But I just want to talk today about all the different ways people are self-identifying as zombie, as living in the state of first death. Everybody's got different words for it. Here in the Dominican Republic, it's called Agwantow. Agwantow it just means zombie. It just means living in first death. I've woken up. I didn't die in the night. I woke up. I'm still here, but I'm only here. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for life to begin. Life has stopped. I'm waiting for it to begin. I didn't die. I'm still breathing, but that's it. I'm Agwantow. That's very beautiful. These older languages are just so much more complete. It's really fascinating to watch. Being bilingual and being able to look back at English and go, geez Louise, they have just hacked language down to the absolute bare minimum. Our children are living as zombies, but if they weren't, this method of having a 10-word language is just so dismissive. Every other language is putting in past, present, future tense. It's putting in, is this a female or a male? It's putting in, do I care about this person? It's putting in approximate age. It's putting in, am I acknowledging a single person, or am I acknowledging a small group of males, of females, of everything is just this beautiful acknowledgement, and then we actually have words that describe something so beautifully. This one word means, and of course, how we use this word is going to be whether we're describing a male, a female, a person, a young person, a Hogan person, or a major person, and all of that is just implying so much respect onto that person. When we get rid of that, we haven't made the language easier. We've made it dismissive and incomplete. So I would encourage you to teach your children another language that tells them, every time you speak to them, hey, I care about you, I acknowledge you. Your American children are saying, hey, I don't know if I exist. Nobody, I'm going to go a year without anybody saying anything except, give me my coffee and give me there's absolutely no acknowledgement in any of this. The language is so incomplete that we don't have a word for how everybody's feeling. We got 341 million people all feeling the same thing, but they're saying, I don't know if this is an experiment. I don't know if this is a computer-generated simulation. They're trying to say a word because we don't have it. And that's super difficult when I'm telling people, hey, you're saying the same thing I'm saying. They're saying, no, I've got this hypothesis that aliens are using us like ants running some experiment. I'm going, well, that's the dumbest possible way of putting it. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to make this person feel less hurt or whatever, but It's the lack of language, it's the lack of tools to identify these things so that these morons, the smartest people in our country, are arguing about whether or not this is a computer simulation. The reason that you feel this disconnect from life, when you're full of microorganisms, when your tummy is full of microorganisms, 1,000 different species, every single one of them are making a different compound. It's so beautiful that we now have GLP-1s that we're talking about. The feeling of being content after you eat. A GLP-1 is not an appetite suppressant where somebody's whacked out of their mind, wasted on, a prescription meth, Adderall or something of this nature, just zonked out, blah, and it actually has a appetite suppressant, but also these people are so whacked out, they're just not thinking of normal human requirements or whatever. It doesn't have an appetite suppressant. We're simply eating and then receiving, hey, I'm full, that was great. I was hungry, I ate food, and now I feel super content. Super content after you eat food is the human norm. If you had microorganisms living inside of you, you would feel contented for every single thing. That calf almost fell off the chair. Oh, poor guy. He looked like that poster. Hang in there. If you had these microorganisms inside of you, people, there are feelings of contentment for everything. When a human living in first death, living in a life cycle with water treatment plant, with chemicals, has pickled themselves and killed all the microorganisms that make the feeling of contentment. They eat and their body is saying, hey, when are we going to eat? They're not feeling this contentment. They're having sex and their body is saying, okay, when are we going to have sex? You're barely capable of having sex, of performing the act of sex, and yet your body is saying you're not content from the sex that you're having. If you were full of these microorganisms, this would blow your mind. You're not going to be saying, hey, that was great. When are we having sex again? You're going to be saying, God dang. I can't even think about the urge to do that again. That was mind-blowing. Where's the electrolytes at? Get some of these things back inside of me. We're able to think of the next thing and do a great job and make millions of dollars because when we eat, wow, that's it. We feel 100% contentment. You're supposed to be receiving the feeling of elation and contentment every time you look at a plant. You look at a tree and go, what? I could stand here and look at this tree for a half hour. When a dead person, oh God, when a dead person sees a live person staring at a tree emotional, they run over to help them be dead. If you're standing there just with your mind blown, there's a hummingbird feeding, there is ants, there's bees, there's this breathtaking tree, there's this breathtaking clouds, like somebody has just created an action sequence, this still action sequence, and you're just standing there with your mind blown, and the zombie comes over and looks over at the scenario, looks at you and says, hey, dumb shit, That's just a fucking tree. You know, there's titties over there. There's boobs, oh, the huge ones. Explosions, cigarettes, cocaine, it's all over there. You know, that's just a boring fucking tree. However, the living human is getting their mind blown every single experience. It doesn't all have to be sex and the tickets to the big game and waiting for the season finale and the Super Bowl and just all of these explosive things that then turn out to be a letdown because you're going, oh man, when I get to Coachella, that's when I'm going to be happy. I'm not happy. I'm Agwantow all the rest of the time. But once I get to Coachella and spend $6,000 to walk in, spend $6,000 on Airbnb, that's when I'm going to be happy. And when you're done, you know, you're probably going to show everybody your pictures and say, hey, I'm the cool one, and sign up for next year. But if you were being honest with yourself, you would say, hey, during this period, I'm Agwantow. I'm trying to tell everybody else, hey, look at me, I'm the fun one, I'm the cool one, I'm the one that's having the fun, but inside, you're feeling the same emptiness because a human cannot produce human happiness, human motivation, human elation, human contentment. Those are all feelings that come out of the butt of the microorganism. Without the microorganisms, we got no butts, people. The protein has to go in one end and come out the other one. You don't need to buy GLP-1s. You got to get the microorganism back inside of you. I accuse the companies that make these make these solutions of being unethical, because they came out with an origination story that said, hey, we were going to make some soap, but our cool-ass employees told their supervisor, hey, skinny people have a microorganism inside of them that eats protein and poops GLP-1s. Why can't we just make that? So they came out and said, that was their origination story. I say, hey, why aren't you just informing people? Why aren't you selling the microorganism so that they have that forever? This is unethical to charge people trillions of dollars to sell them what comes out of the microorganism instead of selling them the microorganism. Put it in them and they're cured for life. It's the same thing. It's just that they're now going to produce this. They'll now be whole. They'll now be what they were before the 1950s when they did this to us. When they separated us from our life cycle and put us in a new life cycle with a water treatment plant. Why are we only giving them the solution? The solution can live inside of this life cycle of antibiotics. The microorganism can't. Now, if they gave you a prescription of the microorganism, you put the microorganism in your tummy, and then told you, hey, your water treatment plant is murdering. Your preserved food is murdering this. You can't eat that. You can't drink that and have this microorganism live there. Done. You'd be skinny for life. So what they did was they changed their origination story in response and said, hey, we found this compound in a lizard, and we found that this makes people skinny. We were confused, but this was just supposed to be for diabetes. And as a side effect, these people just got skinny. That wasn't their original, I'm having a problem saying that word. Origination story. Original and origination story The second word sounds funny now that I say the first. They just changed it in response, guys. They didn't want to be responsible for that, so there was this cute little story, and the girl that actually invented it could have been a bazillionaire, but she chose to just keep doing her regular job. Very beautiful. They have a society there where things aren't really meant for showing off, and so the CEOs drive the same cars that the lower echelon employees drive. And so this gal, instead of being promoted, said, hey, I just want to keep doing my job. So cool, so beautiful, but they axed that one and changed it to this other dumbass story. All we have to do, guys, is repopulate ourselves. We don't need for them to give us the microorganism, though. That microorganism is all around you. All we have to do is make your body a safe place for the microorganism, and then get you back in a human life cycle, and those microorganisms are going to find their way inside of you. Not only is that just going to happen because they're all over the place, but your body is going to now wake up a system, the vagus nerve. It's going to wake up a system. These microorganisms will now exist inside of you. They have a huge nerve clump that goes straight up to your brain, and they're able to control you, essentially. They're able to send you pictures of things and say, hey, go touch that. They're going to give you some dopamine, human motivation. They're going to give you some serotonin, some human happiness, and they're going to give you a picture and say, hey, happiness is over there. And you're just going to listen to them, and you're going to go over and touch whatever this little picture is, and you're going to be collecting these microorganisms. I had a cool experience today, and this is kind of gross. Get ready. Single guy story here. I've got food in my bed. Because I'm a single guy, and that's what gross single guys do, I have an open jar of peanut butter. And a lot of times I just don't have time to eat. And so I'll just jam down a couple spoonfuls of this peanut butter real quick. Oh God, a Haitian lady makes it. Organic, zero preservatives, zero sugar, smoked peanut butter over an open fire. Just what? And so when I don't have time to eat, especially during the middle of the day when it's warm anyway, and eating just doesn't sound good at all. I'm in there in the air conditioning. I'll be slapping some clothes on, grabbing my keys, and then I'll just jam out a couple spoonfuls of peanut butter, and then put it off. Put off eating until it cools off a little bit. It doesn't get that hot down here, but my whole life, when it's warm outside, I don't want anything to do with eating. Come 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm now going to have a little snack. Come 7 or 8 o'clock, that's when I go, food! But there's these little tiny ants in my bed. Luckily, they aren't the kind that bite you. We have a bunch of the ones that bite you. And so, but I cooperate with them. I don't kill them. If they're in my sink doing my dishes for me, I just do the dishes at another time. Let these guys take that energy. They're going to leave and put that energy in my soil. I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to reduce their number. They're doing an essential job. When animals die here, I don't bury the animals. The ants bury the animals for me. So beautiful, people. When I chuck the eggshells out there, the chickens can't get that energy from the shells into the soil. The ants are doing that for me. Super cool. But today, there were ants so tiny that I could barely see them. And I could watch them moving around on my skin. And then they would move so quickly that they would just disappear. And you're going, what? Your little limbs must be working a million miles an hour to be careful, big guy. Careful, big guy. Let's get you situated. Your little, could you imagine, their little tiny limbs are so chiquito. How are they moving this quickly? It's insanity. That's the smaller they get, the faster they get. There are some of the ants that you can actually see with your bare eyes that you'll have a jar of sugar. We've got 4 apartments here, and each of them have a little jar of sugar. And it's got one of those double seals, press-in seals. So you really got to cram this lid in here. Glass jar, glass lid, and it's got 2 of those seals that have a lip on it, a plastic. Wow! Look at you. Look at you, big guy. 2 of these plastic seals. Wow! Wow! 2 of these plastic seals that you just push these lips in there. There's ants small enough that you can still see them with human eyes, but they're walking past that. There's a line of them walking in, a line of them walking out with the sugar, but they're just walking past the seal because they're that tiny. That's the process of what's going on when you get a picture. That was a long walk, sorry guys, but we got there. We got there together. When you get the picture and you go over to interact, you might get kind of a notion from the left side of the right side of your brain. The speaking side of your brain might get a notion. Hey, what's the texture of that leaf over there? And you go over and you check out the texture of that leaf, and you sort of get a happy feeling. You have sort of a motivation feeling and an idea, and now you've gone over there and touched it and gone, wow, that is kind of cool. If you stop for a minute, you might have gone, damn, that's a dumbass question. What's the fruit I'm going to bear here for this little mini quest? But if we just go, hey, these guys inside of us are doing a job. You're not hearing that voice because you're Agwantow, you're dead. But once we get these guys back inside of you, once we make you a safe place for microorganisms and get you back inside of your life cycle, here, poop comes out of you and goes into the soil. The plant has been evolving with you for billions of years, so he's already turning sunlight into sugar. Mind blown. What an amazing guy. He's putting the sugar in the soil, so the microorganisms meet the sugars. Boom, Genesis. 10 billion microorganisms leave you every time you poop. Live or dead. If you're eating preserved food, they're dead. They meet the sugar, warm, dark place, plus sugar, plus microorganisms. 10 billion turn into 100 trillion. And now this soil almost looks like it's moving. Are you even okay, dude? Oh my goodness. Do you need some help, little guy? I don't even know how we get you out of there. 10 billion turned into 10 trillion. You okay? There you go. Oh goodness. 10 billion turned into 100 trillion. And now it almost looks like the soil is moving. Who's going to help me out? 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 Now it almost looks like this soil is moving because we've got trillions, hundreds of trillions of microorganisms inside of here. It almost looks like it's moving. If a piece of meat drops down there, the dirt is going to grab that meat like fingers because there's so many microorganisms going on inside of this soil. And now the plant is going to take up calcium, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus, carbohydrates, proteins, water, everything it needs from this soil, and with it, microorganisms. Now it's got a microbiome. A tree has a microbiome in its bark, in its wood, in its fruit, in the flesh of the fruit, in the seed of the fruit, in the meat of the fruit. Each in the leaves, every single part has its own microbiome. And the seed has a little to-go pack for each one of its children. So beautiful. When you touch this tree, like those little tiny ants that are just whizzing across, you're going to gain billions of microorganisms. That's the human life cycle. That's where these guys come from. You can't just poop them into a water treatment plant all day, every day, and still have them. Your gastroenterologist is that's a zombie gastroenterologist. He's telling you, eat every color of food in the store. He's getting a big old hard on when he says it, but it's nothing. Those plants were not grown in this. So that food doesn't have any microorganisms available. It's not magical. The tree can't get them if you're not there. You can't get them back if the tree is not there. It's a circle. Everybody's in the circle, guys. Agwantow. Everybody is saying the exact same thing. You're literally saying, why can't I feel feelings? Why am I getting excited to go to the thing? And then when I get to the thing, I'm just trying to convince other people I'm happy. And then as the second I get done, all I'm doing is saying, hey, that wasn't the happiness I was looking for. I was going to meet the wife. I was going to get laid. I was finally going to get drunk and enjoy it instead of just getting close to blackout drunk and having nothing but regret, less money, and a big ass headache. Surely this is not what I was. Surely this isn't real life. It's not. You should be happy with. You should be. The cat almost knocked the fan over and almost stuck his nose in the fan blades. Who's doing a good job? Who's doing a good job? You're supposed to feel happiness from staring at a tree, guys. You're supposed to feel happiness from seeing a mother chicken with a handful of babies. You're supposed to be getting serotonin, not just from doing coke or drinking yourself to oblivion. That's not giving you pleasure. But your brain is telling you, well, that didn't work this time, but next Friday, this is going to be the time. And you're just waiting. You're all just waiting. Agwantow. I'm waiting for life to begin. All we need is these badass microorganisms, guys. It's all going to be okay. These companies, when I put out this information, they do some reverse search engine optimization, and then they flag my videos so that YouTube takes down all the videos, and then you can promote somebody's search engine optimization. You can also very much shut it down, and so they don't want you to get this information. This is every billionaire's nightmare. What they don't realize is the marketplace isn't going to go away. There's 341 million of us. We can't just stop buying things. Our trends are simply going to be to buy different things in order to support this stuff. That's a whole new beautiful economy right there. If everybody goes out and starts buying, Miracle Grow and the best seeds and a bunch of lumber and everything else, you don't buy a garden and that's it for the rest of your life. There's products. I use Amazon daily. I don't like that that's my only option, and I don't like a lot of the things those guys are doing, but wowzers, in the middle of a developing or third world nation, to be able to have those packages delivered right to my house, it takes a week. But, to anybody watching, we're not going to stop the economy. The people are just going to live happier. Dead people buy pills to try to feel alive. Live people buy fucking camping gear. We live. We go out and do all kinds of stuff. Dead people are buying that $10,000 ticket to Coachella. That's a sweet little profit margin, but live people are doing stuff constantly. We're not sick all of the time. We're not taking antidepressants all of the time. We're consuming just the same. I'm buying a new vehicle right now. If this wind gets any worse, I'll be buying a new house. It's a rager out there right now. I don't even know what's going on. This isn't our hurricane season right about now. But guys, that's my time today. Agwantow, motherfuckers. We're gonna fix this. It's gonna be okay. This, name this feeling. Name this feeling. Don't go, hey, I don't know what's going on. For some reason, my body's tough. Name this feeling. Agwantow. Put a name to this so you're allowed to express yourself. Art is identifying something that's inside of yourself and putting it outside of yourself. Sometimes you're going to write that note, and I'm going to tear it up, I'm going to burn it, and now that anger towards this person that I can't express this anger to personally has left my body. You can't do it if you can't name it, beautiful people. Agwantow. I've woken up. I didn't die in the night. I'm still breathing, but I'm waiting for life to begin. That's what you're feeling, beautiful people. We're going to fix it up. It's super easy. Guys, I care about you. You're super important to me. And I'm going to do this again. Hopefully tomorrow. Most of the time it's daily. But very soon either way.